This is not what you want to wake up to. So as you can see, we had a little water leak overnight. Figured out what it is, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I fix it. So we are in our utility room back here, and as you can see, our geothermal unit is there. Let me show you what I was looking at yesterday. As you can see back here, that towel is soaking wet. That water was leaking along the wall here and through the wall into the carpet that just completely saturated that carpet over there. I've actually pulled all of the panels off of this just to try to see where that water's coming from. As you can see, it goes all the way around this plastic base on the bottom. There was really no water inside the unit at all, and the drip tray was working properly. There wasn't any overflow or any issues with the tray. The tray was actually completely dry, yet there was still some water seeping out, and I figured out where that drip was, and I wanted to show you guys that and how I fix it. As you can see up front here, we have a couple of lines attached to the water heater to supply the unit with some water, and this shutoff valve right here, that's not supposed to happen. So to fix that, we've got a SharkBite connector. It's going to be a 1/2-inch line, and it's got a ball joint in the line, and it's got a slip end on it here. As you can see, it's the 1/2-inch slip ball valve, and I'm going to be cutting this line here, slipping that into place, and that's going to give us a new valve instead of this older twist style, and it should fix our leak. I'll probably go ahead and replace this one eventually as well, but I just need to get this running today, so we're gonna go ahead and get that replaced. I'm gonna shut the breakers off on the water heaters, drain some of the water out so the pressure isn't so high, and then we should be able to leave everything on. It's not gonna be spewing out real quickly. We'll turn the ball valve off and throw that side on first just to stop the water from flowing, and we'll get it fixed. So the breaker's off to the water tank. We're going to shut off our supply line going into the tanks. Then I am going to drain a little bit out of this tank so it is not as high a pressure whenever we try to cut that line. All right, now to cut out that bad valve, I'm going to be using one of these little pipe cutters here. Should be enough room to be able to slip in between this and the other pipe. And the way this will fit on the slip end is going to go over towards the right. I'm going to cut this side first, which is the non-pressurized side. I'm going to have this closed off. There really shouldn't be a whole lot of water, but non-pressurized side first. And then I'll cut off over here. We'll slip that pipe on, and then we'll be able to come back and use the slip tool on this side to be able to loosen it, to slip it back and cover this gap. So really, I want to be cutting as close to this valve as I can to make sure I have enough room for this to catch on and work correctly. Now there's going to be a little bit of wiggle room in this pipe, but again, I'm going to get it as close to that valve as I can when I'm cutting this off. And then for the valve here, as you can see, those SharkBite fittings, they just grab onto that copper. There's a O-ring in there to prevent any leaks. Just slides on, and it does not come back off unless you have one of these tools here to get it off. So these do work really well for any retrofit type stuff. Yeah, we'll get it on there. Now the way these work, once you slip this on, you want to tighten the end here and then just start rotating it around the pipe. It should make a nice clean cut through this copper for us. And as you spin around, you'll feel it gets easier to spin. That's when you'll come back, you'll tighten this a little bit more. And just keep going until it cuts all the way through that copper pipe. There we go. Got a towel here for a little bit of water. That's broke loose, we'll throw this on. Shut it off there. We really shouldn't even need to use this slip in since this has so much play. So we'll just take that off, throw that one on, There we go. Both fittings are in there tight. They're not coming apart. No leaks when you turn it on. It's not pressurized yet, but we'll turn the water on. Get it all pressurized. Here's the old valve I cut out. And when this is turned on, this is sideways there, so it's pretty well out of the way. Let's pressure it all up, see how it worked. Turn it the right way. Water's back on. No leaks coming out of this end. No leaks, it doesn't look like. So there we go. All I gotta do is trim these up, get those back on the pipe there, just for a little bit of insulation. So there you go, guys. A quick little video on how to fix a valve in copper pipe. Those SharkBite fittings really work great. It's a $25 fix, but hey, a lot cheaper than having someone come out and troubleshoot it and fix it. So if you got one of those little cutting tools to cut through the pipe, and you can go grab one of those tools or one of the fittings, pretty quick and easy fix. Hope you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if it helped you out, and leave a comment below on what you think of these SharkBite fittings and if you use them to do any repairs in your own home. So appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you soon. You know, this sort of stuff is a reason I can't make any content on speakers, on builds, on any of the fun stuff that I want to do, because I'm running around pulling up carpet, drying it out, replacing fittings on our geothermal system, running sewer lines out back. I'm fixing stuff instead of doing what I want. Subscribe.